All right, these are going to be really quick instructions for how to do step 4 of your multimodal essay. So we are going to go to week 14, your essay begins. You should see that your Hero's Journey multimodal essay has been bumped up to week 14. It's the same thing you've been working on. I just bumped it up. Now, last week we did that really complicated thing where you added the new slides for steps 3 to 5 to your notebook. So open your notebook up under your work, okay? And I'll pause these instructions while everyone does that. Open your notebook up under your work, and we're going to find the slide for step 4. Now, I do not know what slide that's going to be on, and I am not going to pretend, but just click through until you get to step 4. And you should see this slide. Hook your reader with an introduction. Start your essay strong so that your reader will keep reading because they are interested in hearing what you have to say. Okay? Step 4, we're going to write our hook. We're going to write our introduction. Okay, so these are detailed instructions where I walked you through how I wrote my introduction. These are like 11 minutes. So what I'm going to say is, if you want a teacher walking you through step by step, watch that video. If you're like, oh, Ms. Klein, I can probably read the handouts myself and figure it out, then do that. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is read the handout about 5 types of hooks. So if you click on that, it will open a PDF. And it tells you 5 ways to start your essay. Okay, so I want you to glance over this on your own and think about which method you want to use. Then I want you to use this outline that I created to help you write your introduction. Now, you're going to find this outline linked here, but there's actually a copy you can edit and work on in Classroom. So I want you to read over this stuff on the slideshow, then I want you to come to introduction outline. You will find a copy that you can type on. It will have your name. It'll be under your work, okay? So I want you to open this document, and I want you to use this to draft your introduction, okay? And the video that's linked in the slides that you already have is much longer, much more in depth. I'm just gonna do this really fast. Your introduction needs to have 3 parts. There's a hook, okay, and that long video I was telling you about goes all over the hook. Then there's context. I have another 6-minute video about the context. And then you end with your thesis, which you should already have. But if you still need help with that, you can go back and watch the thesis video. All right, so your introduction is going to be a minimum of 3 sentences, maximum of 5, really. If it's longer than 5, you're probably going to lose people's attention. You're going to start with a hook. Okay, I have another link to that 5 Great Hooks handout, and then I have examples. So if you need more help coming up with a hook, I have examples for each type on that handout. Okay, so you can look over all of those. Then you're going to put in your context. So once you have a hook, something to grab your reader's attention, you're going to give the context. The context means the circumstances that form the setting. Basically, it means the context is whatever your reader needs to know to understand what you're about to talk about. So your hook is talking about what is a hero, some kind of connection to the idea of hero. Context needs to introduce Odysseus and or your definition of hero. So in this step, you're going to share any context or background information that your reader needs to know to connect your hook to Odysseus. Now, if you want an in-depth lesson on context, I have a whole video for you right here. If you just want to look at my example and figure it out, my example's right here. Finally, the last part of your introduction is going to be your thesis. You already should have read one. You should have posted to Classroom. If you did, it should have feedback from me. So then you're just going to paste your thesis. This will be your introduction. Hook, context, thesis. Once you've done that, copy. Okay, and then to get this here, all I did was I went to paste without formatting. So I did paste without formatting, paste without formatting, erase the spaces so that it's all together like a paragraph, Okay, so once you have it as a paragraph, please read over it. Make sure the sentences make sense together. For example, you don't want two sentences that have the exact same starting phrase. You want to make sure that everything flows nicely. Okay, so you will type yours here. You will paste it, make sure it flows. And so once you have your introductory paragraph, you can hit submit on introduction outline, and then, not here, then you will go to rough draft checkpoint, open your copy of your rough draft. It will say your name, what is a hero, and you will paste your introduction right here, erase this heading, and then you will hit turn in. What that will allow me to do is glance at your introduction before next class, hopefully, make sure it looks all right, make sure that you have the steps in there, and give you a go ahead like, okay, you're ready to go. If you finish your introduction with time to spare in class, I'm going to ask that you go ahead to step 5, argument. For step 5, you are going to watch this video about what an argument is, okay? And then there's a little activity right here. And I'm going to give everyone a copy of this time to argue handout that you are going to work on for step 5, okay? There's videos, there's everything in the slideshow, and we will focus on that next class. Okay, hopefully these are more concise instructions. You feel good, you feel ready to work. I'm going to try to give you the most of the class to work. Here we go.